I stand before you today to ask you one question. Have you allowed yourself to be trained or educated? My Africana Studies professor, Dr. Charles Pickney, assigned us a reading from a Dr. Bryan Nwafor essay. Dr. Wright described himself as a black psychologist who earned his PhD from the University of Chicago. And in one of his essays analyzing racial disparities in America's public school systems, he made a profound distinction between being educated and being trained. Dr. Wright described being educated as being taught how to think, whereas those who are trained are taught what to think. This revelation sat with me for a while. I sat around and wondered if I let my experience at the University of North Carolina at Charlotte train me or educate me. Our experience at UNC Charlotte extends way beyond the classroom, with small victories like coming back to your legal parking job with no yellow print on the dashboard, or larger victories like your Google grade actually reflecting the hard work you put in. Ask yourself, have you let your experience at the University of North Carolina at Charlotte train you or educate you? However, not all experiences here are ones of triumph and victory. Many of us had people we planned on watching us walk across the stage right here who are no longer here with us. Many of us had to put our education on hold while life circumstances redirected our paths. But with all things being said, these are beautiful experiences that will either train you on what to think or will educate you on how to think. So to my fellow graduates who answered yes to being educated, I have a few lifelong challenges for you. The first is to embrace the responsibility to enlighten. They say to whom much is given, much is required. Experiences, triumphs, tragedies, talents, and testimonies have fed the light that lives in you. Not been that light by not sharing what has educated you and empowered you. UNC Charlotte has really been an education vessel, a stepping stone to your greater purpose. So I say again to you, educate others. My second challenge to you is to maintain a hunger for knowledge. They also say that a man who knows something knows that he knows nothing at all. It is extremely advantageous of you to have an understanding of what you do not know. I say what you do not know, because not only is this the master key to humility, but it's an opportunity to have people pour into your lives. My last challenge to you is to always remember where you come from. They say home is where the heart is. Sadly, my heart is on the 7th floor of Coles Hauser with one shared bathroom with 12 of UNC Charlotte's most hygienic gentlemen. And we thank you for those renovations. But in all seriousness, UNC Charlotte will forever be our home. Whether you need your fix of REAs to get mama's finest home cooking, or you need to meet with that advisor who pushed your higher education journey, please understand that there is no growth in changing where you come from. Now to my brothers and sisters who answered yes to being trained. It can be argued that being trained what to think is not necessarily a bad thing. And in many ways, I can agree. However, please understand that there is a difference between a reflex and a reaction. Every day we're faced with opportunities to either conform to the things of this world or be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Yes.
For those who are trained will simply respond in a reflex. But those who are educated, you who are educated, will react. I challenge you all to question everything. Challenge the status quo. Not take anything in life for face value, because your ability to think is what truly makes you human.
You go, Bryan.
So I'd like to end with one activity that normally tends to be done at the beginning of every academic journey, but not frequently enough at the end. Normally, we're sitting in a large lecture hall, auditorium, gymnasium, and somebody at the front, maybe your teacher, maybe your advisor, maybe your principal, looked at you and said, look to your left and look to your right. Because one or both of you will not be here at graduation. Well, I tell you, look to your left and look to your right. Well, some of y'all can look at each other because everybody's going. Because you are here.
Yes.
You are here, you are strong, you are gifted, you are talented, but most of all, you are 49er alumni.